Pope Benedict XVI is calling for a new world financial order. In the third encyclical of his pontificate, Benedict denounced the profit-at-all-cost mentality of the globalized economy, and he lamented that greed brought about the worst economic downturn since the Great Depression. The document, entitled Charity and Truth, was released just hours before the G8 summit gets underway in Italy.
We have seen the consequences of a globalization where the market has to find by itself the regulations and the rules. And we have seen the disaster that has been over the last year.
The pontiff stressed that he is not opposed to a globalized economy, saying that if done correctly, it has unprecedented potential to redistribute wealth around the world. But he did warn if globalization continues on the current path, modern societies risk increased poverty, inequality, and further environmental damages.
I think that for sure the Pope thinks that globalization without a soul and without a link with veritas, with truth, is at a high risk.
For good science.
Do you think in your lifetime you might see a pro-choice Republican nominee for president?
I don't know. That's an interesting question. No telling what you'll see in my lifetime when it comes to American politics.
Do you think
it's
important, though, to have a pro-life president on the Republican ticket?
I think it's important. I think it's important for people to understand that a culture of life is in our national interest, and that, you know, it is also important to understand that the politics of abortion isn't going to change until people's hearts change and fully understand the meaning of life and what it means for a society to value life in all forms, whether it be the life of the unborn or the life of the elderly, whether it be the life of the you know, less fortunate among us or the life of the rich guy. I mean, it's a moral touchstone, I think, that will speak to a healthy society in the long run. And you know, I don't know what's going to happen in American politics. I really don't. I do know that in order for a president to be effective, he better bring a set of principles from which he will not deviate and articulate them as clearly as he can, and then not worry about, you know, immediate popularity, because popularity comes and goes, but what doesn't change are solid principles. And I'm going to remind his Holy Father how important his voice is, and making it easier for politicians like me to be able to kind of stand and defend our positions that are, I think, you know, very important positions to take.
Mr. President, final question.
Yes, sir.
You said famously, when you looked into Vladimir Putin's eyes, you saw his soul.
Yeah.
When you look into Benedict XVI's eyes, what do you see?
God.
Good way to end the interview.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. My pleasure.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
This tradition of cooperation and understanding is one that I learned in my own life many years ago, also with the help of the Catholic Church. You see, I was not raised in a particularly religious household, but my mother instilled in me a sense of service,